Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and we're back here to talk about some more Sex in the City. That's right. We're going to blow up that friggin' show. I'm going to pop your balloon right now, okay? Whatever you thought about that show, whatever you thought about dating in general, about men in particular, okay, I'm going to blow it all away, okay? Because it didn't fucking happen. It's not realistic. It's not true at all, okay? It's all a bunch of lies that were fed to you, and you ate it up. You ate it up, and you asked for seconds, too, okay? You just kept eating it up, kept swallowing that bullshit that show was giving you. Exactly, okay? Well, I'm here to give you a little bit of truth, okay? Let's get out of lollipop land, okay? And let's get into reality, okay? Sex in the City was a lot of bullshit. It was a lot of fucking fake bullshit, all right? And I'm here to point that out to you, okay? So some of y'all probably saw Star Wars and you thought that was real too, huh? No, it's not. And the Sex in the City is no different, all right? Just the worst special effects, that's all. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, all right. Hey, thanks for watching my channel. My name is Diego. And what I do here on this channel here is I talk about Sex and the City, the original show, not that piece of shit that came out recently and just like crap. Not that show. I already reviewed that show. You can watch the videos here if you want. Okay, no, I'm not talking about that piece of shit. I'm talking about the original Sex and the City show. Okay, the one that came out in 1998 based on Candace Bushell's book. Okay, late 90s, early 2000s. I was a big fan of the show, actually. I love the show. I love Sex and the City. It was a great show, okay? I was the only straight guy that I knew that was watching the show on a regular basis, okay? I kept track of the characters, the storylines, the locations, the relationship statuses. I kept track of all that shit. I watched everything ever since the beginning, from the very beginning, okay? Like I said, I was the only straight guy that I knew that was watching the show. And the reason I watched Sex and the City is because all the hot girls that I knew were watching Sex and the City back then when it first came out. Okay, so I wanted to get in with that crowd, and you know what I was really trying to get into, okay? Well, yes, okay, I admit it. I was trying to get laid. Yeah, well, I wasn't trying in a lot of cases. But yes, that's why I did it, okay? Because all the girls were watching it. None of my straight guy friends were watching it. A lot of gay guys I knew were watching it, though. Yeah, so that's what I did. I watched the show, and I got hooked. I liked it. I actually liked the show. The only problem I had with the show was I did not like the way they were portraying the straight male characters. Okay, I did not like the way they were being portrayed. It was not realistic. I did not understand them. I did not understand why these guys were doing the things that they were doing, why they were saying the things that they were saying. No normal human being would act this way or speak this way, much less do these things. So I didn't understand why they were doing that. Well, I understand now. I'm not the target audience, okay? Sex and the City was not made for me. It was made for women, and it was made for gay guys. It was not made for me. The show was written by lesbians, feminists, and gay guys, okay? So nobody gave a shit what the straight guy thought about these situations, these relationships, what the girls were doing. Nobody asked us what we thought about it, okay? They just made their own fucking show and fucking put it out there for women, okay? And yes, that's what happened, okay? So anyway, so I like the show a lot, okay? But what I do here is I point out what I disagree with and what I do agree with on the show, in particular towards the men, the way the men are being portrayed on the show. Like I said, this is a straight man's point of view, okay? If you're easily triggered, if you're easily offended, get the fuck out. Okay, I do not censor myself here. I will tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what your dad didn't tell you, what your husband didn't tell you, what your boyfriend didn't tell you. I'm going to tell you that here, okay? I'm going to give you the truth, a big dose of the truth, and let's see if you can handle it, okay? Because you probably can't handle it, honestly. I don't think you can, okay? So basically what I do here is I'm going to talk to you, okay? Let's say, for example, a new episode came out on Sunday, right? So we all watch the episode. Come Monday at work the next day, we all talk about the episode, right? I'm going to talk to you that way, as if we're watching this episode for the first time. What I think happens, what I feel about these situations, what I feel about these characters. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you from a straight guy's point of view. I'm not your fucking gay friend. Okay, I'm not going to go shopping with you. I don't give a shit what the girls are wearing. Unless it looks like shit or it looks really good, I ain't even going to mention it, all right? I don't know shit about Barney's or Manolo Blahniks, okay? Or any of that fucking shit, or Noir or Dwar or fucking Ralph Lauren or fucking Louis Vuitton or any of that fucking gay-ass bullshit. I don't give two fucks about that stuff. So if you're watching this to find out about that, you are on the wrong channel, okay? Go to some fucking channel where there's a lot of pink shit on there, okay? And a guy with lipstick on. That's the guy that'll fucking tell you about that stuff. I'm not that guy. I'm gonna tell you about the relationships, okay? About the heterosexual relationships on this show, okay? And how we feel about it, okay? Because your boyfriend, your husband ain't gonna tell you this shit. I'm gonna tell you this shit, all right? So here we go. So now that we got that out of the way, okay. So the episode we're gonna talk about today is Sex and the City Season 5, Episode 7. Yes, there's only one more episode left after this. That's it. Season 5 was only 8 episodes, okay? Now, this episode aired in September of 2002, Okay, September of 2002. You got to remember that stuff when you're watching this, because I reviewed an episode a couple days ago that took place in 2002, and there was Amazon Prime was in it. Yes, Charlotte was ordering from Amazon Prime online. Some people didn't believe me. It's fucking true. Watch the episode. Amazon Prime existed back then. I didn't even know it. Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, season 5, episode 7. The name of this episode is called The Big Journey. Okay, The Big Journey. Yeah, you know where this is going. Okay, so to start off with here, we left off on last episode is Carrie got her new book. She had a big party for her new book. Okay, she got the reviews for her new book, and now her publishers want her to go on tour to promote the book. Okay, so she's going to go to San Francisco for a book signing. Okay, she's going to do several book signings, then she's going to come back to Manhattan. Okay, well, she's sitting there with the girls. This is actually one of my favorite episodes, and the reason it's one of my favorite episodes is because Miranda's not in it. That's right, they fucking cut Miranda out of this episode. She only shows up in 2 scenes, and that is it. There's no storyline for her. She doesn't fuck anybody, thank God. We only see her once or twice, we see her fucking watching TV, fucking eating hot dogs, and drinking beer. Whoopie fucking do, and that's it. Okay, so no Miranda, thank fucking God. We got an episode with no fucking Miranda in it. Yes, thank you. It's about time. It only took 5 fucking years. Okay, so forget about Miranda this episode. She doesn't even fucking really show up. She has no importance at all. Okay, so Carrie's talking to her girlfriends. They're having lunch at a different place this time. I don't know where the fuck it is. I don't give a shit. But they're talking. Okay, she tells me she's going to San Francisco. And she's like, from what I hear, I'm really big in San Francisco. And Miranda says, you mean big is in San Francisco? You say, yes, he is, but you know what? I'm fucking horny and I want to get laid. I need to get laid. Damn, Carrie, behave. Shit, man. How do you think we fucking feel? We go through dry spells too. And we don't look at our guy for going, hey, you know what? I need to get laid. We don't do that shit. Christ, man. So that's going on here. She's like, I need to have sex, okay? And they notice that there's a bunch of, I guess, some good-looking guys that are checking them out because the 4 women are all sitting together at the restaurant, okay? And Charlotte's like, oh my God, he's cute, and he's cute, and he's cute, And Miranda's like, if you want to get laid, just fucking go talk to those guys that have been checking us out for the past hour, And Samantha's like, boring. She's like, been there and done that, okay? It shouldn't be called New York. It should be called Same York. Get it? Same York? Yeah, I thought it was stupid too, all right? And Carrie's like, you know what? I need to be with a man, okay? I need to feel his weight on top of me. I need to feel his cock inside of me. It's not difficult, for you. Carrie, you're a reasonably attractive woman. You're going to have no problem finding a guy to fuck you, okay? The problem is finding the right guy to fuck you. Yeah. The kind of guy that you want. That's the real problem, okay? But it's not difficult to find a guy to fuck you, okay? You're a decent-looking girl. I mean, you're beautiful. In some scenes, you're actually very beautiful, okay? Sarah Jessica Parker, you look really good. Back then you did. So, it's not going to be difficult for you to get laid, okay? So I hate it when girls talk about fucking, oh my God, okay, I need to get laid. Why can't I find someone to get laid with? It's not difficult for pretty girls to get laid, okay? It's never been difficult. The only problem, like I said, is finding the kind of guy that you want. That's what's difficult, okay? Men, we have the other problem, okay? Most of us are not fucking Harry Styles or Brad Pitt, okay? We can't just fucking look at a girl and fucking she'll come over and fuck us, okay? That's not how it works for the average guy. We actually have to go up to her and try to win her over with our personality, or our money, or our whatever, or our dick, whatever we got to work with is what we got to use to win over women, okay? So we have to put on a big fucking song and dance just to get you to look at us and talk to us and take us seriously, okay? And then the ball is always in your court, ladies, if you want to get laid or not. We can't make you get laid, okay? We can't make you fuck us. We got to do what we got to do to make you want to fuck us, okay? But ultimately, it's your choice. You control the sex, not us, all right? So don't fucking tell me about how difficult it is for you to get fucking laid, Carrie. Unless you're super unattractive, like Miranda, you're going to have no problem getting laid, all right? Okay, there you go. So that's happening here, okay? So Miranda says, like, we should mail prostitutes. That's what we need to do. We need to create a brothel for women. You know, all the guys got to be cute. They got to have big dicks. Yes. Let's open up a brothel for women, okay? Samantha can be the madam. Well, that's actually sexist, Miranda, okay? If a madam is for a whorehouse that caters to men, okay, then a whorehouse that caters to women, it would have to be a male madam, okay? A male madam. It would have to be a dude, a pimp, basically, all right? It'd have to be a guy, okay? Fucking that's pimping out these guys for the women, all right? It wouldn't be Samantha, okay? So that's going on here. All right, that's fair, okay? But you're never going to fucking see that happen because that's sexist, right? Okay, yeah, just another version of a man taking over a woman's job, right? Fuck you. Okay, so that's going on here, and Miranda's like, yes, let's open up a brothel for women. You know? We'll call it, instead of Starbucks, we'll call it Starfucks. Yeah, that's really catchy. I like that. Yeah, right. Good luck with that one, you fucking bitch. Charlotte's like, it won't work. It won't work because women need an emotional connection in order to have sex. Bull fucking shit. You know it's fucking bullshit. Hey, nobody believes that today, and nobody believed it back then either, okay? That's all fucking. Women get just as fucking horny and want to have meaningless fucking sex just as much as guys do, okay? They just go about it differently than we do, but they want the same fucking thing. We both want the same fucking thing, all right? Okay, so Charlotte's like says that bullshit. Carrie's like, nope, Big is going to be my prostitute, and I'm going to mix business with pleasure. I'm taking a train there. You know, just like that movie, and Some Like It Hot. Okay, well, Some Like It Hot, first of all, they weren't in New York going to California. They were in Chicago going to California in that movie, okay? And they were in drag. Okay, there were fucking transgendered musicians going to fucking California, okay? Now, just because you and Samantha look like transgenders now in 2022 doesn't mean that's what this episode is about. So I don't understand why the fuck Carrie had to make the reference to Some Like It Hot with Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon and Marilyn Monroe. This is nothing like that. All right. And Samantha, and she's like, and guess what, Samantha, you're coming with me. And at first she says no, but then she's like, okay, fuck it, I'll go, you know. And she's like, yes, you're coming with me, and I'm going to get laid. Come on. You got to go all the way to California to get laid? Really? You're not that ugly, Carrie. You can easily get laid, all right? This is bullshit. All right. The thesis of this episode is called, Are We the New Bachelors? Are we the new bachelors, all right? So they go to the train station. Samantha and Carrie at the train station. Carrie's worried about this big fucking zit she's got on her cheek that she's trying to cover it up with her hair. But it just started forming there, and she's very self-conscious about it. And Samantha's like, you know, you should have told Big I'm coming, and I'm not the only one. Woohoo. All right? So they're going to spend 3 days on the train, right? And Samantha's not excited about the prospect of 3 days on a train, okay? And she's like, because like, you know, I like trains, though, because you never know who's going to be getting on and who's going to be getting me off, okay? Like, this is fucking some goddamn Agatha Christie novel or some shit. It's not. It's just a fucking train ride, okay? Big fucking deal, all right? And they hate how small the room is. When the porter shows them their room, it's really tiny, okay? And the bathroom's even tinier. Like, the toilet and the shower are basically the same room. Okay, so they're all like pissed off about that. Like, oh my God, I thought it was going to be like Murder on the Orient Express. No, it's not. It's more like fucking Amtrak. All right, yeah, it fucking sucks. All right, but hey, and that's the first class. Okay, that's what they wanted, so that's what they're doing. All right. So that's going on here. Meanwhile, Harry, that's Charlotte's lawyer, he pays Charlotte a visit at her apartment. She's actually looking really good. Okay, Kristen Davis looking really good here. She's in her fucking her workout wear, active wear. You know, her fucking her spandex pants, her spandex shorts, and her fucking sports bra, and she's about to go out jogging, and she looks really fucking good. I say this before, okay? I say it again. Kristen Davis is the one out of the four women. Charlotte is the one I am most attracted to. That is the one that I would pick in a heartbeat over the other three women, okay? I would fuck Charlotte before I'd fuck anybody else on that show, okay? Charlotte is definitely my favorite one. Now, she's not perfect. You know, she's an airhead. She's a gold digger, all that kind of shit. But she is the one I am most attracted to, okay? And it's not just because she's the best looking one. It's also her personality, okay? Yeah, I know she's an airhead, but she's very feminine, okay? And I don't mean feminine like in a fucking Reese Witherspoon fucking Legally Blonde bullshit, okay? I'm talking she's feminine in a pleasant way, okay? In a very pleasant way. I mean, Carrie's feminine too, but she's very neurotic, okay? And very psycho-spastic, okay? Whereas Charlotte's not like that at all, okay? She can get that way. But she's mostly pleasant and feminine, and I like that about her. Oh, God. She's very feminine, okay? And that turns me on. It turns most guys on, okay? Ladies, if you want to get laid, be like Charlotte. Don't be like Samantha. Don't be like Miranda. Definitely don't be like, you're not going to get laid being like Miranda, okay? Fuck this bullshit TV show. That's not realistic, okay? And don't be like Carrie, okay? Carrie is going to be too fucking neurotic for you, all right? And she talks too much. Okay, so Charlotte tells Harry he came by to deliver the divorce papers that she needs to sign because the divorce is just about done now. Okay, but instead of sending a messenger over there, he decided to walk the 12 blocks to her apartment to fucking deliver it personally. Okay, so now he's all tired and he's sweaty. He's covered in sweat, even though he's in a suit and tie. He's covered in sweat. Like he never fucking walks. He never fucking exercises. Okay, he looks like he just fucking ran a marathon wearing a business suit. So she invites him in, and he's standing over her, and she tells him that she wants to, okay, you're keeping the apartment. You got what you want. She's like, well, I'm going to sell the apartment. He's like, so we did all that fighting for nothing? She said, no, I want to sell it. He's like, well, I know a guy who wants to sell his bachelor pad. Maybe I can show it to you. She's like, okay, I'll take a look at it later. So in the meantime, let's sign the papers, all right? So he's standing over her while she's sitting down. He's sweating on top of her, on top of the papers that she's signing. And she tells him, hey, you wanna like grab like a tissue paper over there? Because you're sweating. He's like, okay, and some toilet paper, some tissue paper gets stuck on his head because he's just sweating like crazy, all right? So that's going on here. And she's like, okay, so that's it. You're no longer, Mrs. Trey McDougal, And she said, well, how do you like that? And he's like, actually, I really like that. Yeah, we know where this is going, right? Yes, it's Harry Goldenblatt, yeah. Okay, so that's going on here. Samantha and Carrie, they go into the club car, okay? And they're in the train. They're en route to San Francisco. Okay, it's a very small train. The restaurant area is very, very small. It's fucking jam-packed with people. It's mostly like families and kids and shit. It's not a bunch of fucking good-looking people in their 20s and 30s like Samantha thought it would be. And it's very crowded. So Carrie keeps bumping into people while she's trying to walk down the little aisle there. Okay, and basically you sit wherever there's available. So they sit down next to this Amish couple. Yeah, yes. Samantha and Carrie sit next to an Amish couple. All right. And Samantha says, like, okay, this is the train. This is the train to ugly. Yeah. The irony escapes me, doesn't it, Samantha? Doesn't it? The irony, she says, this is a train to ugly. Yes, Samantha says that. I don't think if I was on a train called Ugly, I don't think I'd be telling everybody, hey, I'm on the ugly train. Because then you'd be like, yeah, you are. Okay, anyway. So she said, this is the train to Ugly. Every time we stop, all the good-looking people get off, and all the ugly people get on. Carrie's like, I'm horny. And 9 hours of this train rocking is not helping. And the Amish woman sees that and like here's Carrie say that. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, Carrie, like I said, she's got this huge zit right here on her cheek, and she's very self-conscious about it, so she doesn't want to talk to people because of the zit that she has. And Samantha's like, you're starting to look like you belong on this train. Oh my God, look at this menu. Potato chips as an appetizer? And the waiter comes by and says, what'll it be, lady? He's like, I'll have a martini and an airplane. And Carrie's like, okay, I'll have a martini and what's safe to eat here? He's like, a club sandwich. Okay, a club sandwich. All right, so that's what they have to eat. Meanwhile, Harry shows Charlotte that apartment, that bachelor pad that his friend is selling. And it's actually a nice place. Lots of leather, like zebra skin floor rugs, power windows, which was like a new thing back then. And then he's got surround sound that you control with the remote control. So he lowers the curtains, he closes the blinds, and he turns on some fucking miscellaneous R&B music, to show her around the place. Yeah, right. Charlotte's wearing her glasses, but she still looks pretty as hell. She looks really nice, you know. And he's playing this R&B music, you know. And she's like, oh, you already know how to operate everything. He's like, oh, yeah, well, I actually sublet this place back when I was going through my divorce, you know? That's what Harry tells her. Okay? And he starts playing that music and lowers the blinds, you know? And so Charlotte's like, oh, my God, what is it with men? They think they need to do all this stuff, this music and shit to get laid, you know? And the men think this is what it takes to get laid. And Harry's just like, then tell me, what does it take? She's like, what? Like, you didn't know this was... Hey, Charlotte, you're going to a fucking room. You're going to an apartment alone with this guy. He closes the blinds. He starts fucking playing some goddamn 70s R&B music, and you still don't know what he's trying to do? Come on, don't be that fucking stupid. I mean, I know you're stupid, Charlotte, but you're not fucking that stupid, okay? It's obvious what he's trying to do, all right? Okay. He's like, so what does it take? And she's like, what? He's like... Charlotte, I think you're the sexiest woman I've ever met. And she's like, Harry, don't be ridiculous. I got my glasses on. He's like, it makes me crazy when you say my name like that. What a putz your ex-husband is. He's a putz. That means that Harry's Jewish, because Jewish people use the word putz, okay? He's like, if I was lucky enough to have you in my bed, I wouldn't be able to keep my hands off of you. You know, so he's basically like this short little bald guy who's fucking horny. He reminds me of a fucking Danny DeVito trying to get laid, okay? You ever seen a Danny DeVito movie where he's trying to get laid? I keep thinking about like, what was that movie he did, Ruthless People or something, where he goes up to the girl, he's like, hey, when we come back, you know, it's going to be some more of the, Well, that's kind of what it looks like to me, what Harry's trying to do here, okay? And of course it's working. Yeah, it's working. Charlotte's getting turned on. I don't know why. I don't get it, but apparently it's working, you know? So Charlotte's getting turned on here. She's like, oh, it's hot in here now, you know? And he's like, you know, I can't stop fascinating about you and your lips. Those beautiful lips of yours. You know, yeah. Well, they're not that beautiful anymore, man. Look at her lips in 2022. And just like that, look at her lips there. Yeah, they're fucking out there like fucking like imagine Mick Jagger times 10. That's what Charlotte's lips look like now, man. Kristen Davis, what the fuck did you do to your face, man? I know you're getting older, but damn, you don't have to go through all that. All right. So anyway, she's like, it's getting hot in here, and Charlotte like just decides to fucking take him. So she jumps on him and gets him on the bed, right? Even though she's like a good like 5-6 inches taller than him. Yeah, she jumps on him. Yeah, very realistic. And they fuck. We don't see it, but they do. Okay, meanwhile, Carrie is talking to Miranda on her cell phone from the train. And it's the only scene we see Miranda in, really. And like I said, she's drinking beer and potato chips and feeding her fat ass, because that's all she does. Every fucking episode is she feeds her fucking fat ass with chips and hot dogs and muffins and salad and wherever the fuck is lying around the house. The bitch will fucking go into the garbage and eat fucking chocolate cake out of the fucking trash can if she has to. And yes, I'm not making that up. There's episodes where she actually fucking did that, okay? That's all she fucking does is stud her fucking fat ass, and then she wonders why she's fucking fat. Okay, yes, that's what she does, and that's what she does here in the only fucking scene that she's in this episode. That's exactly what she does while she's talking on the phone. Fuck you, Miranda. Okay, meanwhile, Samantha bursts into the room dressed like a fucking Navajo Indian, okay, and she tells Carrie, and she looks like shit too, okay, and she tells Carrie, oh, okay, Carrie, there's a bachelor party going on down over there. We gotta go right now. We're going to the bachelor party. And Miranda's like, I can't go, I got the big fucking zit, I can't go. He's like, I got on a train for you. Okay, I guess we're going to the bachelor party. Bye, Miranda. So they decide to go to the bachelor party because apparently they're going to get laid, right? Well, that's the plan anyway. Okay, so, yeah, so that's going on here. Bachelor party, yeah. Meanwhile, Charlotte goes to a gay bar with Anthony, and I love Anthony. He's awesome. I love Anthony. He's great. He's like a gay version of me. He just says whatever the fuck he's thinking, all right? So she's telling Anthony, they're at a gay bar. There's like male strippers there and shit, you know. And they're both drinking Cosmos. Of course they are. And Charlotte's like, can a person have really great sex with someone they're not attracted to? Like, I don't know what happened. He's my divorce lawyer, and I don't even like him. Anthony's like, some of the best sex I've ever had is with people I can't stand. And you know, there is truth to that, okay? I've had some really good sex with some fucking really incredible women that I was not attracted to at all. I've been there. I can't understand it. I don't know why the sex is so good with women that I'm not attracted to. I don't know why that's happened, but it has. I'm sure it happens for women too. I think a lot of it has to do with, like, you know, when a guy's dating a very beautiful woman, we tend to get a little self-conscious as to, are we good enough for her? You know, are we good enough for her? And we're always worried about that. When you're dating a girl that's below you in looks, you don't give a fuck. you know she's happy to have you, okay? So, yeah, hey, straight man's point of view. Straight man's point of view, all right? You know she's happy, so you don't have to worry so much about, like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Is she gonna like this? Can she like this? You just fucking do what feels natural, what feels good, you know? And you know, no inhibitions, okay? So you get to be loose. You get to be yourself in bed, okay? You get to do whatever the hell it is you want to do, okay? And there's basically no self-consciousness at all, okay? There's no insecurity at all on the guy's part. So yeah, so naturally it'd be better sex. Go figure. Hey, but you know what? Okay, fucking unattractive women is like riding a moped. Okay, it's all great and fun, you know, when you're on it. It's all great, fun, and a bunch of laughs until your friends see you on it. Okay, it's the same thing. All right, moving along. Okay, so she tells Anthony, I don't even like him. He's like, hey, the best sex I ever had is people I can't stand. He's like, I want details. Okay, and Charlotte's like, well, it was unbelievable sex. You know, he's ugly though, and I don't want to date him. He's really sweaty, but I think I want to keep him around just like for the sex, you know? He goes, and Anthony's like, ugly sex is great sex. Anthony's like, you know, you have to. I want to make a joke there. Ugly sex is great sex. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it would have to be for you, right? Okay, sorry. Okay, Anthony's like, you know, you have to lay down the rules first. Okay, just fuck me and get the fuck out. It's hot. Okay, yes, this was the Paris Hilton era. Okay, where fucking Paris Hilton always say, it's hot. Everything's fucking hot. Okay, her colonoscopy was fucking hot. Okay, her car crash was hot. Her DWI arrest was hot. You know, and everybody was just copying the Paris Hilton shit. Paris Hilton, this was Kim Kardashian before Kim Kardashian, okay? Whoever the fuck's popular right now, I don't know, fucking Gigi Hadid, or whoever the fucking else bitch, Anna de Armas, whoever the fuck's popular right now. Yeah, this was the Paris Hilton era, okay? When she had her sex tape, which I saw, which was bullshit, by the way. It didn't turn me on at all. But anyway, that's going on here. Okay. So the girls, Carrie and Samantha, decide to go to the bachelor party on the train. It's boring as shit. It's a bunch of blue-collar guys. They're all sitting there drinking beer, bored as fuck. They're not even talking to each other. And the girls show up all dressed up nice. And they're like, oh my God, guys, how are you doing? And they're just like, no. Like, none of the guys are attracted to them. None of the guys are talking to them. Okay, so they are definitely not the life of the party. Nobody flirts with the girls. Okay, Samantha has a crisis of confidence here. She gets all upset that none of the guys were hitting on her, even though she was like doing a shitty job of flirting with them. You know, turns out the guys are all married. Samantha and Carrie go to the bar. You know, and Carrie goes back to the guys and she's like, "Hey guys, can you do me a favor? My friend over there, she got all dolled up to look good for you guys. And could one of you just flirt with her, please? You know?" Okay, and the guy's like, oh, we're married. We're all married except for that guy back over there. Yeah, we're going to San Francisco to see a Giants game. Yeah, Giants game. So for like 2 seconds, the guys on the train actually act like guys on the train. Let me tell you something, okay? This episode is written by gay guys. And you know how I know that? Okay, because you get a bunch of guys together like that. They're all drinking fucking beer. Like, let me tell you, they're having a fucking good time. They're not sitting around playing fucking Uno, okay? And these guys love sports, okay? So they're talking about bitches. They're probably smoking. They're getting fucked up, and they're looking to get fucking laid. I don't give a shit if they're fucking married, okay? That's bullshit. Oh, we told our wives we'd be good. Fuck you, okay? Did your wives tell you they'd be good when they went on their girls' night fucking weekend to fucking Jamaica? No, they didn't, all right? But what do the wives do? We're going to be calling you every half an hour to make sure you're not doing anything and there's nobody else in your room. Okay, that's what women know. You know why women do that? Because they know goddamn well that when they go on vacation with each other, no guy's allowed. That's what they're doing. Okay? Bull fucking shit. Let me tell you something, ladies. We do it too. And you know we fucking do it too. You know that when the guys go out together that we fucking do it too, okay? That's why you always give us shit. That's why, oh, who's gonna be in that room with you, huh? Huh? What time are you gonna be there? What room is it, huh? Huh? What time is it over? So I can call you at 10:30 and you'll be there, right? You're gonna answer the phone, right? And I'm not gonna call your cell phone, I'm gonna call the room. You know, that kind of shit. That's why you do that to us, okay? Because you know goddamn well, and when you and your girlfriends go to fucking Jamaica, okay, you're getting boned out the fucking ass, okay? That's how, okay? So don't give me that fucking bullshit, okay? This episode was written by gay guys, okay? Believe me, those guys will be fucking around. And you know it too. All right, so that's going on here. Samantha gets drunk. They go back to the room. Oh, the problem is me, Carrie. And Carrie's got that big zit on her face. The problem is me. I'm having one of those existential midlife crises. You know what I'm talking about. One of those midlife things. And then she pulls the padding out of her bra and throws it. She's like, I don't get it. I mean, I already fuck younger guys, and I don't need a sports car. So yeah, she's having a midlife crisis, okay, basically. And Carrie's like, I'm sorry, it's all my fault. But I did pop my zit. Okay, moving right along. So they go to the bookstore in San Francisco there, and she sees her book on display. Her publisher is there. Molly Shannon plays Carrie's publisher, one of her publishers. The other one's Amy Sedaris. And Molly plays the publisher named Lily, okay? And she's the one that organized this whole book signing thing at the store. So Carrie sees her book, Sex and the City, all over the place there. She's all excited, and she notices there's a lot of people in the lobby, and Lily tells Carrie, oh, they're not all here for you. They're here for Mr. Winkle. She's like, what the fuck is Mr. Winkle? Well, it's a toy dog. It's a toy dog that I guess blew up went viral on the internet. And they call it the internet. Yeah, I know. And all the people are there to see that fucking dog. That toy dog called Mr. Winkle. I guess there's a whole book series on Mr. Winkle, the toy dog. All right, yeah. Like, remember that, like the Taco Bell Chihuahua? Yeah, it was like around that era. Okay? So she's like, you cannot ask me to be the opening act for a fucking dog. And Molly Shannon says, like, well, what can I say? Okay? West Coast sales rep totally fucked me on this. So Carrie tells Samantha, just go enjoy the hotel room, okay? I'm going to be here, you know, between the pimple and the puppy. I don't even think I'm going to call big, okay? I can't, all right? So Samantha leaves to go hang out in the hotel room, all right? So she's there. She sits there with the fucking Mr. Winkle dog, embarrassed as fuck that she's sitting there in her blue dress with Mr. Winkle next to her. And she's just giving it dirty looks. You know, and she's, oh, nice top. You know, anyway, later on, she does start reading off of her book. There's a whole big crowd there. Okay, she reads from her book, and then she opens it up to Q&A, and some guy raises his hand and goes like, when is Mr. Winkle coming out? And she's like, he'll be out shortly, okay? Does anyone else have a question? There's a hand that goes up. She's like, okay, sir, over there. I can't see your face, though. Can you move a little bit? And guess what? It's Big. It's Big. And Big stands up and goes like, yes, this Mr. Big character in your book, does he actually have a name? And she's like, yes, he does have a name, but I have to keep it anonymous to respect his privacy. Yeah, he does have a name. It's Ron Galati, who was the publisher of GQ magazine back in the day when Candace Bushell wrote this shit. And she was fucking him, yeah. And then he dumped her for a hotter, younger woman. Yes, he did. But yeah, Ron Galati was the real Mr. Big. Not John Preston, Ron Galati. Okay, so Carrie's like, says all that, okay. Carrie tells Samantha, she runs back to her hotel room and tells Samantha, get the fuck out of the bubble bath. Big's coming over and we're going to fuck. I can't have you here. I already got you a small room down the hall. And Samantha's pissed off. Like, you better fuck him good, okay? Because I can't handle small rooms. I was in a small room for 3 fucking days getting over here. I can't handle it. So she fucking gets out of the bubble bath and leaves, all right? Big shows up, okay, knocking on the door. And he brought Carrie some big red gum. And she fucking teases him with it. I don't know why. It's just more product placement, I guess. And she wants to fuck right away. She starts making out with him. He's like, no, we got reservations at 5:30 at this restaurant that I'm trying to sell them my wine from my vineyard. I'm trying to sell it to this restaurant, so I promise them I'm going to show up. So we need to get going right now. We do not have time to fuck right now. So, and we can talk in the restaurant. So they go to the restaurant, they talk, all right? And Big's talking to her. Okay, they have reservations, okay? He tells her, hey, listen, you know, so there I was. I saw your book at the mall. You know, and she's like, you went to the mall? He's like, yeah, I live in America now, so you kind of got to go through those malls in order to get anywhere, to go outside. Okay, and there you were on the window. In the window, your book was right there next to the real books. Anyway, I thought the cover was very sexy. I liked it a lot. I bought the book. I went back home. I got on my porch. I smoked my cigar, and I read your entire book from cover to cover. And you know what? I got to tell you, Carrie, I had no idea I hurt you this much. I didn't know. And she's like, I didn't know I hurt you this much. It was really tough to read it in print. And she's like, you read my column though. He's like, yeah, but I never read it all in one sitting. I never read it back to back, like that, all at once, just bam, 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 And she's like, oh, come on, it's fiction. Okay, it's fiction. It's embellished, okay? It's just writing. It's all part of the, it's all in the past anyway. And she starts playing footsies with him, yeah. And Big's like, that part, about my apartment key, was I really that big of an asshole about it? I remember that episode. He goes, was I really that big of an asshole? And Carrie realizes that Big is really self-conscious about doing anything with her because of what she wrote about him in the book. Okay. Later, back at the hotel room, at Carrie's hotel room, he reads to her from the book. He holds the book up in his hand, starts reading to her chapters of a book that she fucking wrote. She wouldn't fucking know it was already in there, okay? And Big's like, and she tries to fuck him. She tries to seduce him. He's like, Big's like, I just don't want to hurt you again, Carrie. Well, you know what? I think Big understands that women love drama. They love getting their feelings hurt, and they love makeup sex, and they love falling in love, and they love fucking getting their heart broken, and then they love falling in love again. Women are attracted to the ups and downs of the emotional fucking spectrum, okay? Big knows how to do that with her, and that's why she loves him so much, okay? But, that's basically it, okay? So even though he hurt her, she secretly enjoyed it, okay? And she ain't even gonna admit that, but it's true, okay? But he's talking to her, and I'm gonna raise the bullshit flag right now because the shit that the Big is talking about in this scene when he's fucking holding the book up and reading to her from her own fucking book that she wrote, okay? This is all the shit that you do after you have sex, not before you have sex, okay? So anyway, so Carrie's like, it's just sex, okay? You won't hurt me. And Big's like, not according to chapter 3. Look at this here. You wrote down, Carrie's like, okay, look, it's all my fault, all right? You were unavailable and I didn't read the signs, okay? Now, will you come over here and fuck me? And Big's like, well, it's pretty clear that when it comes to me, Carrie, you don't have the best judgment. You don't have good judgment around me. Okay, I just don't want to do something now that I'll be sorry for later. Okay, just like it says here in chapter 3, when she's like, okay, fine. Look at me. Do I look fine? Do I look okay? Let's talk some more, Carrie. Now, over here on page 39, and she realizes that they're not going to fuck. Okay, they're not going to fuck, all right. So meanwhile, Harry and Charlotte, they finish fucking. And we get to see a good look at Harry's hairy back. Yes, Harry has a very hairy back. It's like he's wearing a fucking wool sweater back there, man. And Harry's like, I love making love to you, Charlotte. And she's like, it's not making love, Harry. It's just sex. Well, whatever, And Harry's like, your skin is so soft and so smooth. And Charlotte's like, okay, and you have a hard dick. Okay, now put your clothes on and leave. He's like, oh, okay. How about dinner Saturday night, Charlotte? She's like, okay, we're not a couple, okay? You're just a great fuck. Okay, is that very clear? He's like, okay, it's clear. Now, why the fuck can guys say that, okay? When we say that, we're sexist. But when you say it, you're feminist. Okay, so that pretty much ends this episode here. I will come back and finish my review in part 2. Thank you very much for watching this long.